Hello. So the question I've had all morning piggybacks exactly off the conversation we just had. I'm sort of Victor in a way. And what I want to...
Everybody is sort of Victor in a way.
So I want to touch on addiction. And a friend told me one time that I'm the greatest manifester of everything that I've ever not wanted, that he's ever met.
Which means you're a strong focuser.
So I've struggled for years with drugs and alcohol, and it has destroyed my life in so many ways.
We are going to hear you out, but we want to tell you something important. We'd like it to settle into you first. And this is the easiest way to have this conversation, since we've been having this conversation about receptive mode or receptive mode. When, for whatever reason, you're in a receptive mode, more talking about what you don't want and things not going well, and so things are playing out from that emotional state of not feeling good, or of depression, or of anger, or whatever, then it's logical that these thoughts would turn to things that are unpleasant. And when you are, as you are, someone who loves this feeling of alignment, then this feeling of not alignment is unbearable. And when you don't know about law of attraction, and you don't know about energy, and you don't know about vibration, and you don't know about focus, and you don't know about your inner being, and you don't know about your emotional guidance system, then taking that action seems like the only remedy to give you relief from this. And so it is the most logical thing in the whole world. And what it says more than anything else, you want to feel good and you want the relief. And those drugs and that alcohol helped you to resign a little bit. It helped you to let go a little bit. It's certainly not a good path. The illegality of it makes it a terrible path. All the complications of it make it a terrible path. And even the experience of it makes it not a good path, because even though you feel relief, you're not feeling relief because you improved your vibration. You're feeling relief because you lowered your capacity to focus. There is a little slowing of momentum down when you drink enough or drug enough that you can't focus in the same way that you were. You're less hard on yourself when you're drunk. You're less hard on yourself when you're doing drugs. In other words, your focus changed, but you don't have any rational understanding of what happened, so things don't get better. But it's time for you to stop beating up on yourself for that, because from our point of view, it was logical given what you knew then. But now you know something different. Now you know that there is another way to feeling good, you see. So the drug thing, there are two things about it that are important to have a conversation about. One is the vibrational impact of it, or the vibrational reason for it. The other is the cellular response to the drugs. Your body gets used to whatever it is that it's been ingesting or experiencing. And at first, it's something that your body really doesn't want, but your body has this incredible ability to adjust to whatever is going on. And in its very adept ability to adjust to whatever it is you're ingesting, that translates to you as more of a craving. So there's two things going on. If there's something that you've been experiencing, even if it's something like Coca-Cola or Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, or anything that you've decided that you don't want to experience anymore because maybe you're having some physical results that don't seem quite right to you, it takes at least 3 days for your body to stop calling for it if you've been giving it to it on a regular basis. So there is the cellular calling, which is the cellular addiction, and then there is the wanting to feel better, which is the vibrational addiction. And you have to get to that place of understanding that you can feel better without it, and it takes a little while. Helpful?
Yes. So what's the best way to curb the craving, to get past the mark, to where you start the momentum in another direction?
It takes more than 3 days to master alignment. And that's what's tricky, because you could go 3 days without the substance and the cellular calling would subside, but the emotional calling might not be subsiding, because you might still be focused upon the trouble that has you down here to begin with, to which the drug seems like the solution. Is this making sense to you? So you just got to figure it out best for yourself. It's like deciding that you're going to feel good and you don't. and that's the day you decide you're going to stop smoking. How's that working out for you? Is that making you more cheerful? Is that making you nicer to be with? It doesn't, does it? In other words, so they're kind of working against each other, aren't they? Because you're giving up what you found was somewhat of a solution, but you haven't found your other solution yet. So we would encourage, don't tell anybody we said it, doing some of both for a while. Find your relief and find your relief and find your relief and find your relief until this relief is sticking enough that you can let go of finding the relief through the drug.
And meditation will help with that as well?
Meditation helps with everything because it stops the momentum of anything that you've got going on. When you meditate, you stop thought. When you stop thought, you stop the momentum. You stop the resistance. Something else really worth saying here, and that is that the most important thing that we want to convey to you, we want you to stop, if you can, and it's not easy, beating up on yourself. Much of the world, they're not looking for solution through alignment. They're looking through solution from demands. It's like our new friend Victor. And he is demanding an apology, demanding it. Well, you're not going to get anything. You cannot embarrass yourself into recovery. You cannot hate yourself into it or anybody else. Feeling good only comes from love. You've got to find some way of giving yourself a break. Say things like, I've been doing the best that I could figure out how to do, and it's getting better all the time, and I'm understanding things that I didn't understand before, and I've got a handle on this, and it's getting easier and easier. As those before us wisely said, just take one day at a time. Just take one day at a time. But in that day that you're taking at a time, let it be a day that you are loving yourself more than you did yesterday and loving others a little more than you did yesterday, looking for more reasons for alignment, because the relief you're seeking is only possible through alignment. The freedom that you're seeking, the freedom from the bondage of the addiction, is only possible through alignment, you see. So there are a lot of those who just go cold turkey, and we respect their strength and stamina. We think it is a wonderful thing to be able to walk away and stay away. And you notice how once they have figured that out, they don't want to go back. You can offer them a drink, they say, oh no, because they have come to understand the momentum that they've accomplished, and they don't want to break that momentum by falling off the wagon even for today. They don't want to break that momentum. And that's what we would wish for all of you, is that you would get into alignment and not want to break the momentum of that alignment by having this negative conversation about something that doesn't mean anything, or by watching them argue under the pretense of having a political discussion. Don't go off the wagon. Get up there and care about how you feel. Let that matter most. You can do it sooner or later, and nobody's taking score but you, so be easy about it. Okay. Enough?
Yes.
This is a really good time for segment of refreshment.